Tim Calling coming at you again from Senior Leads Boost with another Tuesday Tips video. In today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about the so-called organic results, and in particular, whether they matter or not for local senior care businesses. So here goes. So I have run a search query here. I'm using the incognito window because supposedly that is not as influenced as a regular window by your prior search history. At least that's what Google tells us. And as always, there are three sections to this search results page. The first is the ads, which are no longer honestly labeled as ads. They're dishonestly labeled as sponsored. And then, thank you, Google. And then we have the places. This is what we also frequently call the local results. And then after the places, we have this long list of blue links. And this is what's called the organic results. And so you could legitimately ask a question: why does it matter whether you are in the local results or the organic results? Well, there's a couple of reasons why it matters. First of all, there's a certain psychology to the local results that make it more likely that a searcher will consider these choices before they do anything else, before they choose anything else. For one thing, Google makes them very attractive. It shows a nice little map with where they are, and it also shows, in some cases at least, information about them, like what their phone number is, whether they're open, and also what their review status is. And then there are other factors that also make this more interesting, such as these excerpts that they show sometimes from the review content itself. So, and then, so there's a certain psychology to this that makes those more valuable. But the other thing, and this is the important point that I want to make today, these so-called organic results, number one, are very difficult to get into for a small, local startup company, or even an established local company, if it's not part of some gigantic chain or franchise or something like that. First of all, many of the listings are for directories like care.com, caring.com, Yelp. Medicare.gov is a government site. And by the way, they don't list any non-medical agencies there. A Place for Mom is another directory site. And then finally, this is actually the first company listing, Visiting Angels, part of a huge national chain. 24-hour home care, also part of a big regional chain. Bright Start Care, part of a big national chain. And by the way, notice this is an ad. It's so-called sponsored. And then if you go farther down, again, here's sponsored, ad, until you get down here. And then you have this company called All Heart Home Care. I don't know anything about them. I don't know if they're a big national company or not. And then Care Listings, that's a directory, and so forth. So the point is, even if you do manage to show up in these organic listings, they're still not as psychologically compelling to most consumers as appearing in these local results that have more detail and which have phone numbers. They just basically are easy to contact. And also, it's going to be a lot harder for you if you are a local independent home care or senior care business, or if you are very new in the business. So the big point for today is that organic listings in search engine results pages are not all that useful, not all that likely to even get into for a typical senior care related business. And even if they do manage to break in, they are nowhere nearly as compelling and valuable as a listing in the places or local search results. I hope this has been helpful. If you have questions, please reach out and let us know. We'd love to talk to you about generating more calls for new business for your senior care related business. Have a great day.